Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Evoke Channel, a space for mindset, for growth, and real conversations. Today, we're getting into something that can seriously change your life, and that is reprogramming your mind by shifting your subconscious beliefs. Our thoughts are powerful, and the most interesting part is that most of those thoughts are running or happening on autopilot. Once you start digging into that hidden programming, you can start making real changes. So let's break it down. The first step is understanding the subconscious engine. While your conscious mind handles deliberate choices such as what to eat, how to work, the subconscious is running the autopilot, your habits, habitual responses, emotional triggers, and unexamined beliefs. Studies in social cognition show these automatic processes significantly influence our decisions before the conscious thought even kicks in. The brain remains adaptable at any age, thanks to neuroplasticity. Of course, as long as there's no particular brain related disease, but neuroplasticity, it is the ability to grow, rebuild, and change based on experiences. Meditation and hypnosis, for example, have been shown to increase cognitive emotional flexibility by breaking habitual thought chains and rewiring them with more intentional pathways. When you repeat a belief often enough, whether positive or negative, you're literally building and reinforcing neural pathways. That's how limiting beliefs form in our subconscious, often operating below our awareness. But the same process works in reverse. You can override those paths with new empowering beliefs. Spot the beliefs that are secretly holding you back. Now, imagine now that you carry a hidden belief: I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve this or that. You may not consciously repeat that all day, but your behaviors will reflect it. Avoiding risk, settling for less, or sabotaging opportunities. That's the mechanism of behavioral confirmation. Your actions provoke others' reactions, which then reinforce your internal belief system. Start paying attention to those quiet thoughts running in the background. These beliefs usually fly under the radar. They pretty much guiding how you act, and as a result of those actions, how people treat you. It is like your mind is running a script you didn't even choose, but you keep following it anyways. So there is that voice in your head. What are you telling yourself over and over? Damn, I'm not good. I'm always messing things up. I am terrible at this or at that. The more you repeat those things in your head, the more your brain starts to believe them as true. But you can flip the script, and it starts with spotting those sneaky patterns. That leads us to our third step, which is making simple daily practices. Now, let's talk about how to actually start changing your subconscious beliefs in a way that feels doable and is not overwhelming. One of the easiest ways to begin is through meditation. And no, you don't have to sit on the floor for 1 hour in complete silence. I'm not talking about that, but even if it's just 5 minutes to 10 minutes a day, can help quiet the noise in your mind and bring awareness to the thoughts you're repeating to yourself. When you create space to slow down, you give yourself room to start noticing your patterns, especially the ones that run on autopilot. That's where change begins. Another way you can go about this is repeating to yourself positive affirmations. But here's the thing, it is not about repeating them like a robot. You have to actually feel what you're saying. The more emotionally connected you are to the words, the more your brain will begin to believe them. Try saying them out loud in front of the mirror every morning, or write them down in a journal before your bedtime. Consistency will be the key here. There is also a technique called mental rehearsal, which is basically visualizing yourself living out your new belief. For example, if your affirmation is, I am confident in social situations, take a moment each day to picture yourself walking into a room, making eye contact, smiling, and having a great conversation with strangers or even with people you know. Your brain doesn't fully distinguish between real and imagined experiences. So, the more you visualize it, the more comfortable it becomes. And lastly, practice replacing old thoughts when they show up. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, don't just push it away. Instead, interrupt it. Interrupt that thought and say something like, no, that's not true anymore. That's not my reality. I'm learning and growing every day. The more you practice this pattern, the faster your mind adapts to the new message. Lastly, our fourth and final step, make it real with a daily routine. Yes, you've got to make this happen and make it a habit. Let's start with self-awareness. You can't change what you do not see. So try to create a little time each day to check in with yourself. This could be through journaling, voice notes, or just sitting quietly and asking, what am I believing about myself? These small reflections help you recognize the patterns that need reprogramming. And finally, reflect and adjust regularly. Once a week, check in with yourself. What's been working? What felt hard? Do your affirmations still feel relevant? Do you need to tweak them? Remember, this isn't about perfection. It is about progress. You are allowed to grow and evolve as you go. Just keep showing up to yourself. Now, before I wrap this up, I want you to try this on your next steps. Pick one belief that's being limiting you and flip it into a positive statement. So my final thoughts, your mind is powerful, sometimes a little too powerful. But the good news is that you can train it. You can rewire it. You can take the wheel back from old patterns and design something way better. So what's one negative belief you're ready to change? I would like to hear from you in the comment section below. If this episode has been helpful for you, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you also think this video can be helpful to someone you know, please share this content and spread the word. That would be very much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in your next episode. Evoke.